Part 4. America has a problem. Whether you choose to believe it or not, we are in a serious crisis. The vast majority of Americans are raised into thinking that they are the greatest this world's got to offer. Pride is a big thing here. Me personally, I don't accept this type of pride. There are so many flaws in the system, and to think how many lives were lost in the process of fighting for a country that promises freedom to the people. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I used to be in the USA military, Alpha Company 701st, Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. I never made it past basic training. They told me when I got discharged that I would regret it my whole life. And to think that they probably thought that I wouldn't be telling people this. It's a joke. The lies going through my head. Born to fight, trained to kill. This is the greatest country in the whole world. This is control. And I don't believe this is the greatest country in the whole world. I've witnessed the control that goes on in this country. And it's a shame how this control grows on some people. These people become one with the American occult. As life goes on, we see population on the rise. Conspiracies develop, and junk is posted nearly all over the internet. As children, and this generation now, newer generations, most are going to grow up into this synthetic and poisonous age. Rebels are on the rise. Mental illness is on the rise. Yet, give us the medication, and what do they usually say when we take it? Let all your problems be fixed. This is gonna fix you. But the problem is that the people who are trying to help these people who they think have a problem, when in reality these people probably don't even want to help. They're just getting forced help because obviously someone finds them on the street and thinks that they have a problem when that really isn't the case. The problem is that not many people are willing to sit down and go through the details anymore. We don't have time to be told we have a disorder that needs to be fixed. We don't have time to sit down a half hour or an hour with someone in a room who thinks that they can understand what's going through our mind when they themselves fail to see what's going on through their mind. I mean, this is madness. And it's sickening. We don't have time to be with people who think that men are superior to women, or that women are superior to men. Enough with this. We are all human beings, and whether you want to believe it or not, masculine and feminine is in all. We don't have time to be with people who want to keep... This may seem hard to some, but I have an issue with modern day population. As you can see, we are already living in a world that's populated enough as it is. And I'm sure there are very good parents who have kids, but I feel there should be laws on people who are going to be deciding to have children. I don't believe that someone can just go out, live, and have, sex with someone, and then immediately have a kid, and then this kid's got to be brought up into a home where possibly the parents are drug addicts, and the kid's got to be in the center of all this. It's just not right. It really isn't. Uh, I mean, we're growing up in this world to where we have numbers, we have a social security number, we have an ID. I mean, do you really want to bring a child into a world like this? I mean, I sure as don't. We don't have time to listen to the various organizations anymore. Whether these organizations are religious, whether these organizations are atheists, it just doesn't matter. Because what seems to be feeding these organizations in the first place? Greed and money. But we don't have time for politics. We don't have time for this voting, listening to the news, watching this world go chaotic. Because why should we do nothing about this? Why should we be told that we have to deal with what is going on around us when our true selves inside knows this problem? It's aware of it. Quit fooling yourselves. And I'm sure this is going to get a lot of unwanted responses. I'm sure some of you are going to be mad at this, but I'm just telling you what I believe. It's not an attack, it's just simply we need to know what's going on. I mean, obviously, this is the problem, and we have to face it. We can't keep fooling ourselves. Perhaps one of these days, I personally won't even have the time to write or speak anymore. Because that's really what it feels like when I try to speak this, what I believe is true, what I believe is right. The vast majority of people just look at me and think that I'm doing this for attention or that it's a joke. That's not the case because, as I said before, this is an anonymous work here. Oh, but perhaps we who feel homeless, we who want to do something about it. Oh, we're the self-centered ones? I don't think so. How about you go and tell that to the drill sergeant at boot camp? Tell that to the famous celebrities, not all of them, but some of them who are poisoning the minds of our youth and this future generation. How about you tell that to the world leaders, some who are just completely full of lies? But no, we just have to find that one person who's different because we see someone out there who's just above the norms of society. And then why? Why do we have to attempt to change this person? That's the problem. The problem is the uniqueness is gone. Intelligence is now being traded for just sheer stupidity. And I cannot accept a world or a country that has to go on like this because the way this was founded and when I went in and swore to protect this Constitution, I'm living my life as the true soldier now, and it's not going to be in wars, shooting people or killing people. No, it's going to be a lot deeper than that. Because that's my dream. Just like Martin Luther King had a dream. And all these other people had dreams. Why is it always the people who are good got to get assassinated or you hear them dying? I know it's scary, folks. I know this is a lot to deal with. But this is reality and we have to wake up to it. So, this is the end of part 4. America has a problem.